So the majority of his followers, like, they listen closely to what he's saying and they agree with it. Whether you and I and the rest of the world knows what he's saying is false and a lie, they wholeheartedly believe him. Like,
Mm.
like I was telling you before we got started, I was working on this because the question that's been burning deep inside me is, how do people support him? Or why do they support him after all the stuff that he said and done? And I was making a list. I'm like, on this day he said this and he did that. But at the end of the day, he still has 74 million people voted for him.
Yeah.
So I'm just, so I was just thinking about it, like, well, why would they support this person? And I'm trying to find this answer. So let me ask you before I give you the reason of why I think the majority of them support him. Why do you think, after everything that he said and done, and the lies and the insurrection that he caused,
Yeah.
how does he still have any supporters left?
Yeah. That's that's the $1 million question
Yeah.
for pretty much anybody, actually. It has to deal with charisma, um, and yeah, it has to deal either with charisma, the people's place, where they are in their lives right now, because they feel like Trump is the only person that might be speaking to them. Some people, like, just it, they could be flat out denying, lying to themselves that this is a good idea. Um, but
Do you think
yeah,
race? Do you think race has a part to it? Because, like, how we were talking about in the beginning of this, and the majority of his supporters and the majority of the terrorists that attacked Capitol Hill, they're white. Do you think race has anything to do with why people support him?
are you, can you clarify that? Are you saying,
Yes.
I'm assuming you're not asking, is he voting? Are they voting for him because he's white?
I think
Or
that's a part of it. I mean, um, let me ask it in a different way. Like, why do white supremacists support him, and why do they feel like he's talking to them whenever he speaks? For example, when he talks about immigrants, the negative things he says about them. When he talks about Muslims, and Islam in general, how he feels about that. When he tells congresswomen, to go back, specifically Ilhan Omar and a few
yeah,
other, telling them to go back to where they came from if they don't agree with the policies or don't like it here. So yes, I mean, I really think that race has a big part to do with it. I'm not saying the majority or 99%. That's why they follow him, but I feel
yeah,
like he's playing to his base, to his base, to the people who are racist, and they, like, I feel like that's what grabs him. Like, yeah, I like that. That's what I meant by that question of how much do you think race is
okay.
involved
That's
with why
a
they say.
really that's a really specific. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to say that's like a myopic view or anything like that. It's just that yeah, he's like, as I said earlier, like, just they're the people that there are people that are that feel marginalized, in all walks of life. Doesn't matter whether you're black, white, yellow, brown.
Hmm.
Uh, just regardless, like, everyone's going to feel marginalized at a certain point, and just, yeah, it all depends on where you're at in your life. And yeah, I don't like, of course, I don't doubt that white supremacists follow him because he says racially insensitive things,
Hmm.
and he, yeah, you're definitely correct in that, a lot of a lot of what he says preaches towards those white supremacist views.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you're not, so it's, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's, that's true, but the thing is, like I want to clarify that you're not stating that every vote,
Mm-hmm.
every Trump supporter is a white supremacist. That's,
No,
you know,
of
that's
course.
not, yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
because
there are. Hang on 1 second.
yeah,
So, not all Trump supporters are racist, but I think that's a big part of his racist rhetoric that he spews, and those are the people that he attracts. And but at the same time, like for example, there are white Christian conservatives who aren't racist but still follow him. So why? Why is that? Because we know the majority of his followers are white Christian conservatives, right? I, from what I've been, I've been trying to answer that question of why do they support him, and I think sometimes it can be one issue. For example, if someone's either against abortion or someone's against gay marriage, and if they're stuck on that one issue, I feel like they give him a pass on everything else that he does.
yeah,
Everything that, like, okay, this
that's
doesn't concern me. I'm not a Muslim, or I'm not brown, so I don't care if he talks about that stuff. But he's pushing my agenda, what I want, whatever it is, and it's okay for him to do. Does that make sense? I think they hold on.
yeah, no, that's totally what I'm trying to get at, is that it's not, yeah, like anyone that you follow or anyone that, that you would support politically, you're not gonna have 100%, you're not gonna have 100% alignment. Like,
Hmm.
that's just
Right.
not the case. People are more, more people have more dimensions than that.
Hmm.